Oh wait, it's me, but there's more. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, it's Chase to see hey, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
Hey man, say man, this the boy. Dude, don't act like you don't know who I am. AKA your favorite rapper. Only sports track.
Holy shit, that is literally an over. What off-brand energy drink you got going on here? Just saying. Ooh, wow, I'm a whore right now. But what? Oh, woo, woo, woo.
There's too much boy in the
Overly woke people piss me off more than anything in the world. You could was my bitch.
They had no blacks.
What is wrong with that?
Wow.
That was on my list. Because I sure was going to hit you with the grand rising, my sister.
All you hear is Michael's mother in the background. Michael, hang on that damn phone.
I'm getting ripped tonight. Oh, I feel that. It says, man, fuck this shit. And walk off. Not only did he walk off, it was a dog. He kicked the shit out the dog. Why you kicked the dog, bro?
Somebody. Oh, call the doctor. Oh my god. Jesus.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Mm-hmm. See?
You can learn the basic introduction conversation in Spanish.
I think the only thing I need to worry about is quesadilla enchilada. Two of my favorites.
Do you really not know the introduction conversation in Spanish?
Nope.
Hola, hello, ¿cómo estás? How are you? And then bien.
Yeah.
Bien is good.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's other responses, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you say E2, which is like in you.
Mm.
So, you know.
Did they ever tell you how Spanish people, how they stutter? What they say?
Go ahead.
This is how they stutter. That's stuttering.
Yeah, they do.
That's how they stutter. To do it, my job named Manuel. That's what he says. He says something. Understand? But yeah, Manuel. Yeah.
Haitian people stutter like, and it makes me laugh because I would hear my friends' parents, and they would say something, and they're like, and then like they would, it's just like it's hilarious hearing them stuttering Creole. Welcome to the Vault with Chase and Duke. It's your girl Chase to see Hayes. Is about how they say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
Hey man, say man, this your boy Duke, your favorite fat person.
I feel like my shit's still crooked. I feel like I don't see straight. You know what I'm saying? Because if I look, maybe it's back here. Yeah, it's still off. It is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? You know, my grandmother,
The part that got me
what'd you say?
was the grabbing the wig. The part that got me was how you grabbed the wig. If you would just been like, okay, but you was like,
What up, me? Gotta snatch that thing back a little bit too. But so like, listen, my grandmother and my aunt, right? They will always say, like, I'll be like, "Oh, thank you, it's a wig." They're like, "You don't gotta tell people it's a wig. They don't gotta tell." And I'm like, "Why not? If I got it, they say it look nice. I'm gonna say thank you, appreciate it. Like it look good, don't it?" Well, I went to the dentist yesterday, and she was took the the thing that go around your head so you don't spit up on yourself, and she was like, "Oh, let me be careful because I don't want to mess up your hair. Your curls are so beautiful. You have a good grade of hair." I was like, "Thanks." She's white. What am I supposed to? I can't, sister girl, because then guess what? You gonna be paying attention to my scalp more than you paying attention to my teeth, and I need them.
I always thought if a woman wore a wig, that means she was bald headed. But then, I've learned differently now. But that was just the assumption growing up as a young man that the reason why you wore a wig is because you didn't have no hair.
It used to be, but now it's versatility. You know what I'm
Type
saying?
shit.
Fun
My
fact.
thing is just don't switch it up too much. Like when people do the wig all the time, you know, make me feel like the wig is a hairstyle for a second. Let me get a little used to the wig, then you can switch it up. Like, when you change your wigs often, that's when I'm like, but wigs be wigging.
Wigs be wigging is crazy.
Wigs be wigging. The life of a wig wearer is crazy. What's up, Mo? What's up, Mie? Okay, what did it say? Her name say Mie. It don't say me. Or it could say mine. It could be mine. But then again, with the English language, you can just make anything what you want. Yeah, you can make it English language whatever you want to make it these days. It'd be like that. See what I'm talking about? Now I'm confusion right now. I like it. I like it. The other one was giving me like, springtime grocery store shop. This right here is giving me like sexy black Lois Lane. Like, yeah, get you some glasses, you know. Mm, you support with me anytime. See what I'm talking about? You see how they did? You see how they did there? You see how they did there? That they did there. It did there. Told you.
Yeah, mid change because I didn't like the way the lace was sitting on the other one. You could really see the ashiness. This one you don't see it. So
Mm,
yeah.
mm.
Any which ways. So I did not pull up this website for nobody's business but my own, but whatever. Let's talk about what we're talking about. So did you watch the other video that I sent you and were you able to get that
Okay,
in that one?
so I watched the video and no,
Even the
still.
second one?
Well, the second one, she didn't even know what the hell was going on. So what I need you to do is break it down to me.
Again.
Break it down to me so I give you my opinion. Because to me, it sounds like some high school shit. You like me, you don't like me type stuff.
All right. So, I know not everybody. What up, Mo? I know that everybody is not. You know what? This does actually sit a little bit better on me. um, so I know that everybody like isn't on the same timeline. They don't got the same For You page. They don't got the same algorithm as everybody else. So unless it's like gotten grander than grand, like like this stupid ass Brene case, this big titty bitch. I
Mm,
mean, I guess I don't even pay attention or listen to that shit. Like it's just like it's stupidity to me, but everybody's so juicy for it with a core that like they're listening to it. Whatever. Okay, cool. So But this, I guess, it's like more so. Don't be listening to me. But I guess this is more so on like the more minute side of TikTok if you're like more so into black woman business side of TikTok. So um, there is a content creator. Her name is Jamila Bell. She has been doing content creation forever, 45 days, but it just never like she became a meme and stuff like that way, 2014, 20 maybe 2012, 2014. And she's always just done shit. But obviously, like most people, TikTok was their like actual boom into the universe, right? Where everything else kind of just was like, okay. And she's one of those people that she does a lot of goofy stuff, but she also does hot takes. And if you guys remember, I believe towards the beginning portion of this year, Jasmine Crockett, who is a politician, if you don't remember, she's the, bad body bleach blonde hair person who commented on the bad body bleach blonde bitch, right? So that's Jasmine Crockett. Black woman, beautiful black woman. If you don't remember that, then you would remember someone white saying some shit like, "Oh, she has her like eyelashes," or something like you're making fun of her eyelashes, just being the aesthetics of a black woman, pretty much, right? Okay, cool. So she had this, and this was the bad blonde bleach body comment, pretty much. And Jamila had basically said on TikTok, like the way that Jasmine Crockett handles herself while she's in these rooms, while she's sitting here handling like, law enforcement and whatever the case may be. And they're talking about policies and procedures and, different legal documents and things that sometimes she doesn't come off with the greatest amount of grace, that she doesn't conduct herself thoroughly and everything. And she's talking about like this very specific situation, right? And so she was just giving her hot take on it. And, she had a follower who also has, some followers, nothing too crazy, but she has her people, right? And she just made a video saying like, I like Jamila. I like her shit. I watch her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, but the hot take she had on Jasmine Crockett, I felt like was some bullshit to just shorten it up. I don't like the fact that she said this about Jamila Crockett. We see it all the time. You see one person make a post about something and the person either duets or they stitch it, download it. The guy has a green screen. They like clipping it to give you their opinions in middle of showing exactly what that person said. We see it all the time on TikTok, right? And so she kind of was just going over what Jamila said and how she just didn't agree with her take on how Jamila spoke about Jasmine Crockett. This is a black woman talking about a black woman and a black woman talking about another black woman. And she's like, as a black woman, I feel like, this is the time to stand up and be here for us, not to tear each other down because she may have these antics and stuff like that when she's dealing with, political procedures and yada, yada, yada. That was really what it is. Like that's all it was a disagreement. Okay. And the comment section used it as a yes, I agree with you. No, I don't agree with you. And or finally somebody who spoke out against this person. Now we could just jump down their throat about who they are, right? And talk amounts of shit about them. So then it got to Jamila, okay? And Jamila's response was it was unnecessary. I'll say that. Like it was very much like Nick picking at the girl. Like, oh, you follow me, but you don't like my point. Okay, what the fuck? It ain't that big of a deal. Da, 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 da. I said what I said type shit. And it's just like, we're allowed to disagree on the internet. Like, that's what it is. It's free speech. You have an opinion. I have an opinion. We can agree. We can't disagree. But a lot of people were starting to follow oh, her name's Melanie. A lot of people were starting to follow Melanie because they just dislike Jamila so much. And then they started a shit talking brigade. Like in her comment section, she started replying to people's and saying, well, I like Jamila, but I just disagree with this, like, keeping it cute. And then when Jamila came with this video and then another video about her, the girl personally, that's when she's like, all right, bitch, like, don't do too much, right? So it just became like this whole entire controversy, which then involved a bunch of other people that Jamila is connected and friends with on TikTok. So it's just like if I had like a little spat with a person, you know what I'm saying? And now you, Mo, me, Manina, Cora, now y'all are now making videos in defense of me, you know, kind of going on this girl, like who's going against me. You know what I'm saying? So like that happened. And so it was like a thing. It was like a thing for like almost 2.5 months. And 2.5 months on TikTok, that's a long time. Okay. That's a long time, right? All right, cool. They had their spat, they had their issue. Melanie got her followers up. She still did what she did, yada yada yada, whatever may have you. Jamila moved on, she moved on. Cool. There was a recent event that just happened. If you guys don't know, like that, I think it's called the Grits and Eggs podcast or the Grits and Shrimp podcast or Shrimp and Grits podcast, whatever. I think his name is like Devlin or Dayan, whatever his name is. And I guess it was like one of his events or whatever. And so Melanie goes to the event and Jamila goes to the event. Okay. Melanie sees Jamila and she goes up to her to try to be like, hey, now that I'm seeing you in person, I want to let you know it's not Melanie. I don't know how to say the bitch name 45 days. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about
And
Mimi.
Mimi, right. So basically just to be like, hey, now that I see you in person, I just want to let you know, like, bitches don't need a squalor butt. Like, we could, like, you know. And Jamila said, and okay, kept it pushing. Okay. Now, Melanie then went up to the dude from the Shrimp and Grits podcast, but you guys probably have seen this nigga come up. But he's like light skinned with wick locks in some form, and like, you know, he does his like hot take podcast and stuff like that. And she went up to him and was just like, "Yo, Jamila's your girl." He's like, "Yeah, she is." He's like, "Can you like talk to her?" And he's just like, "Nigga, like y'all got real life beef. That's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is." So, but Melanie felt hurt by the fact that like I came up to you like an adult to like speak to you, say some shit to you, and you like did like you didn't even speak back, you know. And so all that to say this in a wrap up, what's beef? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the time limit on beef? Now I know what's beef. Beef is when a nigga like you can't sleep. You look both ways before you cross in the street because you don't want to book heads with a nigga like me. Okay, that is okay. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what is the extension of beef? You know, now I have seen a multitude of people, unfortunately, because of beef on TikTok, be killed. Okay, like internet thugging gone wrong. You feel what I'm saying? And it could turn very volatile. Like there was a young girl, I think like in 2021, who became like a popular like pop artist. She a dude found her where concert. She wasn't just shot and killed her. Like mind you, they didn't have beef. He was just a crazy ass dude. But you know what I'm saying? Like this, you know, the internet is the internet. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like just because we was behind keyboards and screens don't mean that that don't transfer outside of it. You feel what I'm saying? And so like the question is like, how long is too long for a beef, and how short is too short for a beef? And like, do you think that internet beef needs to transfer out into the real world atmosphere?
No, I, I feel like I think everything has an age limit. All right, I feel like the
Mm,
older you get, the more you should be able to just push bullshit aside.
right.
Now these little YNs, I get it. They be butt hurt. You know, somebody
Uh,
made a joke, somebody else laughed at him. Now I gotta kill a nigga because he laughed at something he said, type shit. You know what
mhm.
I'm saying? So it's so fucking it's stupid. Now timeline wise, I would say timeline wise, I don't know what the time was between like the beef started and they met up in person, whatever.
Mhm.
But uh I mean, shit shouldn't go, especially if it's been to a point where like it was a pausing point in the
Right.
conversation or communication. A couple of months after that, why are you still thinking about it? I'm the type of person, it's out of sight, out of mind with me. So like, if we're not conversing back and forth over the internet beefing, then I don't got no beef. Then like I don't really care no more. Me
Right.
personally, if you had walked up to me, I wouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? I would have kept it pushing. If I was seeing that your energy was towards me being peaceful, then I would have been peaceful. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
To me personally, I think because you don't really know what that person was coming to say.
Right.
So she could have been coming to like cold-heartedly like apologize, even say she was in the wrong. At least hear people out. But to automatically like give attitude or do shit like that, I think is immature. So holding a grudge for a long time, and me personally.
Yeah, but I think though in this situation, I think it's because, like, okay, for me personally, I don't have a problem. Like when me and a person have an issue, like it could be about anything, and I'm kind of like on some, it is what it is. Like, I have no issues against you. You have no issues against me. I'm not walking around with this continual hurt in my heart for you. May I dislike you? Yeah, but I'm not finna like see you and then not say something, you know what I'm saying? But like we're talking about people that like you don't know from a hole in the wall, right? Like this is like difference. Would you say me people do too much for the sake of the internet and content for sure. But like I feel like if I don't know you from a hole in the wall, right? And I make a hot take and you just, hey, I don't like it. What the fuck you said, bitch? That shit was fucking stupid. Not saying that she did all that, but I'm just saying, like, and then it comes with more and more and more. And then I stand up for myself, and then it goes on and on and on and on and on, right? And it's like you standing 10 toes down on what you're saying. Even when I'm like spitting back what I'm spitting back to you, like this is now created like I just don't like your ass. Like this is just now I just don't like you. There's no way that I would then, like, if I see you at an event, regardless if I'm the protagonist or the antagonist, I'm not going up to you to start something. Like, not even start something, but to just try to spark a conversation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to see you from where I see you and be like, I see you, bitch. And go about my business. Like, I don't even say nothing. The look gives it all. Like the look gives it all. Like the look is I recognize your funky ass is in here. I'm not paying attention to you. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, and honestly, like you don't even have to do that. You don't even have to make eye contact with you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's like been a couple times where I've seen people that I know, and I was like, oh, and hopefully doing that, like, I hope they don't see me. I hope they don't talk to me. Not because I don't like them, not because I despise them. Sometimes I don't like doing the whole, like, oh my gosh, how you been? This is so crazy. Oh, look at us still living in the same remote area, even though we've been living here for the past 20-something years of our lives, and we in the same store. That's so crazy that I'm seeing you here this time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stupid. That's stupid. We don't got to do all that. We don't got, like, and sometimes I'm not in the mood, right? But, like, if it's in a case like, for example, I worked at Torrid for like 2 years. And this girl I went to middle school with, we didn't end on good terms, right? And I'm sitting there working, my back is to the door, and I'm folding shit. And I'm like, oh, welcome to Torrid. Let me know if you need help. And I turn around and I see her. She was smiling because she didn't know it was me. So when she sees me, she was like, now she walking around moving piles of clothes saying this shit look ugly. I don't like these clothes here. Bitch, you a fat ass bitch just like me. You buy clothes here, ho. Please. You know what I'm saying?
You got no choice.
Right. And the same funky ass, nappy ass ponytail that you've been wearing since you was in 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but I won't do that. I don't do that petty shit because I don't have to. You don't, but like once you start doing stupid shit like that, now I'm like, bitch, you look ugly as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, so now you walking around the store with your friend and this baby carriage talking about shit about clothes. Bitch, I don't own Torrid. I don't got stock in this bitch. Like, what do you, Like you moving the clothes around ain't gonna hurt me. I gotta do that anyway. If it wasn't gonna be you, it's gonna be somebody else. You insulted the clothes ain't finna do nothing for me. The only thing that tour do is put money in my bank account. That's it. That's all. It ain't nothing more to it. My mama didn't make this shit. I don't care. You know. So it's
Right.
like stuff like that. It was as soon as I seen it, it was like literally I'm folding like, oh, welcome to the tour. Let me know if you need. I shut it. I shut the greeting down. I don't. You already know what it is. I don't need to. I don't need to continue. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like when in situations like that, you don't need to walk up to nobody and say nothing. Like if what happened at that wedding happened at that wedding, you should have stayed at that wedding. If the beef was on the internet, the beef transfers, regardless of the fact. I can't be beefy with you on the internet and see you in person. Oh, what's up? The fuck? That don't make no daggone sense. No. Because if I got beef with my mama from yesterday, that beef is still up and stuck the next day. It's just altered because that's my mom. You know what I'm saying? But like, regardless of the fact, beef transfers. You know what I'm saying? Like now, for example, should I still have beef with a person that I haven't seen in 845 years? No, but it doesn't. It goes away until you see him again. You know how some people go, every time I see you, it's up and it's stuck. You may not see a person for 10 years, and then that person walking your path. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like every time I see you, it's up and it's like there's some beef that's forever. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like what it is. Now, could you act on it? No, you don't gotta act on it every single time. But I think it was very fucking dumb as hell from Melanie, whatever her fucking name is, to go up to this girl knowing that y'all had this shit. Because it wasn't like you was a third party to it. You know what I'm saying? Or you were a commenter who also raised an opinion and didn't have a direct thing to say to her, but you just said something because you just said something. It's like you was directly involved.
Right.
You were the person. And for you to walk up to me and think like, bitch, you think I'm gonna talk to you? You're gonna share a fucking charcuterie board with each other, bitch? Like, no. Mm-mm.
I think the last unnecessary beef I've had is with my daughter's stepmom. So like when me and my daughter's mom was just like starting to chit chat, it was a Super Bowl party that we had went to. My daughter's mom wasn't there, but her friend was there. So it was another girl that was there, and the girl got super drunk, and she like expressed to everybody how she felt about me, which was weird because I didn't even know the girl even liked me. I knew of her, but I didn't know her. She was drunk and she was like literally trying to fuck me in front of everybody, right? So after all that happened, whatever, nothing never went down. And one day, for some reason, I can't remember the reason, my daughter's godmom got mad at me.
Yeah, I was confused when you said stepmom. I was trying to figure it out.
Her godmom got mad at me and decided to tell my daughter's mom about that night. Like, oh yeah, they was sitting on the couch and the girl was rubbing on his stuff and stuff like that, but he didn't do nothing with her just because she was drunk. But if she wasn't drunk, he would have did something. So she came and told me, she told me what happened. Okay. Nothing happened. She said nothing happened. So what was the point of this? I don't know. So I go ask her, and she started telling me she's mad about something I said. We worked together, and something I said that I've said to her 1,000 times. Like it was a joke that I said. I right there, I cut her off. I said, okay, don't worry about it. And I walked away. I didn't even let her finish what she had to say. Now, with that being said, at that point, I've shut you off. Doesn't mean I'm going to disrespect you. I'm not going to talk bad about you. I'm not going to look at you funny. If you catch on fire, I will put you out. I'm just not going to fuck with you no more.
Right.
I'm not going to talk to you no more. And it seems to me by me doing that hurt her more than it would have if I would have cussed her out. Because still to this day, when I see her, it's still a hey. It's a very short hey. I wait from the hip. Like I don't even want to get one. You want or a head nod. Who's that little girl like award ceremony, and she like tried to talk to me. Yeah, I'm paying attention to the award ceremony right now. So then I get a phone call. Why you still being mean? Who said I'm being mean to her? I'm not being mean. I ain't cuss her out. I ain't say nothing about her and her situation. How she was sitting there, fucking the milkman from the from the job while she was still living with her husband. I ain't say nothing about that. I ain't say nothing about the time I start going on and on and on. I just say, hey, I'm watching my little girl award ceremony. Still respectful. I ain't never got mad at her. I didn't roll my eyes. Nothing. She's more hurt by me not talking to her no more than she would be, you know, because I believe in my heart, some people want you to act a certain way to give them permission
for
to act
sure.
a certain way.
For sure.
So yeah. So
I feel like that happens too in like talking situations, like you know, or dating situations. It's like I don't know if y'all seen the clip. I forgot what movie or something like that, but it's Shorty from 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Grey, whatever like that. The leading person who played Anastasia. But I don't know what show this was. I don't know if it was a show or a movie. And, you know, she's sitting, because it was like a sound that kind of went viral for a bit. And she's sitting at the table eating a bowl of cereal. And the boyfriend's across from her. And he's like, you know, I think we should break up. Like, I can't do this anymore. You're this and the third. We're you know, I need to break up. And she's like, okay. And he's like, okay. That's all you got to say? She's like, yeah, what you broke up with me. I don't what like, oh, I'm sorry. When do I need to move out? Like, she's like, you know, and he's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you don't give a shit. She's like, you literally just broke up with me, and yet you're mad. Like, you know, sometimes, like you said, people want a certain response out of you. And when they don't get fulfilled in that response, that would irritate them and make them more angry than anything in the world, because they wanted to upset your spirit. And since they see that your spirit isn't moved, they're like, what the fuck? Like, they get like mad at that, you know? And I think that is what this situation was with this Melanie girl towards Jamila. She wanted Jamila to, in some sight, be like, oh, girl, that's just internet shit. I deal with that shit every fucking day. Girl, ain't nobody paying attention to you. It's cool. She wanted something like that. She wanted something like, okay, girl. Like, because she was looking to complain about something. You get what I'm saying? Because all I know is, if I walked up to somebody and I was trying to be on some positive enlightenment, whatever, and I know what went down between the two of us, and the person gave me and went on about their business, the only people who would know is my interpersonal circle. Like, I'm not finna like go to my followers and say all this stuff and try to get some type of sympathy for something that, in my opinion, she did not create. Right. Like, you know, Jamila's response definitely created that. But like, that you knew that doesn't make any sense. If you knew that there was issues and beef between the two of you, you knew that. So this is not a secret. You know, like I said, it's like, if this was the case of like, because I made a video about the whole entire shenanigans, right? So let's just say Jamila seen my video. I didn't know she seen it, but let's just say Jamila seen my video. Now let's just say one day I'm in public and I see Jamila, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Jamila, like, you know, it's cool. This is so cool meeting you. And she's like, yeah, you should have kept that same energy in the video you made about me, or something like that. I can't do nothing but like, okay, weird take. I can have an opinion too, but cool. Right. Now, I can walk away and say, hey, y'all, I ran into the streets with Jamila Bell, And I went up to say, like, yo, this is really cool. And she was talking about some video that I made for the beginning of this year about her beef with her and Melanie. And like, I'm a third party opinionated person. This ain't even direct. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just gave my opinion of the whole experience, but like, I guess, bitch, if you want to be mad, I guess you holding on to shit, be mad. Like, you know, that would make sense, right? Because to me, that's not direct beef. That's third party. It don't got shit to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But you know better. They didn't, you know, they just, I feel like people just kind of want to forget things that happen, but they know that it's up and it's stuck. Sometimes, just like Cardi B said, if a bitch got beef with me, she got beef with me forever. Period. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna do an Am I the Asshole real quick. Maybe we could get like 2 out and we can see what we going on. Okay. I cannot see my screen. I'm looking at my other computer. So yeah. Shout out to the 2 people who are watching. We love and appreciate you. Make sure you give this video a like and you share it to your mom, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, however you get down. All right. Am I the asshole for staying with my niece after the closest thing she has to a mother died? I have a niece 21, Penelope. I call her my niece, but I generally don't know if or how we're related. Penelope lived with her grandparents from when she was 2 months old until she was 18. Once she graduated from high school, they sold their house, moved into an assisted living, and bought her a nice 3-bed, 2-bath house near me, or around an hour away. I don't know how near that is, but whatever. They make sure she's doing okay financially, and I was asked to check in on her and make sure she's doing okay on her own. Until recently, that just meant stopping by with a dinner once a week and helping her manage living alone. Her grandma was sick for 2 months, had 2 surgeries, spent a month in the hospital, and was being fed through a tube. Over the weekend, Penelope was staying in the hospital with her grandma to give her uncle a break. Her grandpa left at 9 and grandma was doing fine. By around 11, she was struggling to breathe, so the nurses propped her up to help her swallow her saliva, suctioned her throat, and gave her nausea medication because nausea could impact her ability to swallow. Later, she asked Penelope to lower the bed so she could lay down and go to sleep. Shortly after that, she couldn't breathe and she was in a lot of pain, so they sat her up again, suctioned her throat, and gave her pain meds. An hour later, she was still in severe pain, so they gave her more pain meds. Less than 45 minutes later, she stopped breathing and they chose not to resuscitate her. Penelope is a wreck. She blames herself for making the situation worse by laying her grandma down. Plus, this is the closest thing she's had to a mother, and they were incredibly close. Penelope would drive down to visit her at least twice a week, and they talk on the phone and gossip about the aunties and the people in the family or the facilities and Penelope's school and work on a nearly daily basis. After her grandma died, she didn't sleep for nearly 3 days. The only thing she could eat were glucose gels if her blood sugar was low. She's type 1 diabetic. And even then, I had to spoon feed it to her. She couldn't get off the couch and she couldn't even get off the couch to take care of her dog. I chose to stay with her until she improves enough that she can stay home alone. We're already making some improvement, and she'll sleep through the night if I'm in the bed with her, and we're eating a couple small meals a day. I found her a therapist, so she's going to go on Tuesday, and we'll be going twice a week. The problem is that my fiance is upset that I'm never home except to get more clothes. He wants me to stop coddling Penelope because she's an adult and needs to know how to function on her own. Now I'm wondering if I'm the asshole for leaving my fiance to stay with Penelope.
So this is hard. The reason why it's hard is because they both have points, right? But I think where he's wrong is sometimes you don't understand the relationship between 2 people. And he clearly doesn't understand the relationship between them 2. So he doesn't understand why you just can't let her be. It's obvious that he hasn't been around to see what type of state she has been in. Like you said, she was taking jail pats just to, survive. She wasn't even eating, can't get up, dog shitting all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she's the asshole, but at the same time, I understand where he's coming from. But at the same time, on that, I think he needs to be I don't know. I think he need to look into it more. Me personally, if it would be me, I would ask to go with her, or ask to help, or something, so I could see the full extent. Because if it's really that bad, she could use my help too. In that way, you know what I'm saying? While y'all there doing whatever, I could be doing stuff for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where he's coming from, but I think he just needs to like really look into it more. So I don't think she's an asshole.
Yeah, I think that in this case, if you have a family member, and like she said, these are obviously white people because you would know exactly why everybody related in some form, right? You know what I'm saying? But if she's your niece, this is your niece, like for you to say you need to stop coddling your niece is crazy. That's crazy in itself, you know. But if this is her niece and the grandpa, and like these are not only her grandparents, these are her parents, you know. She knows since she was like 2 months old. That's it, you know. And then she also feels like, damn, I shouldn't have laid my grandma down, because then she started choking and shit again, you know. So it's not right. So it's not only that she like had some type issues, you know what I'm saying, with it. It's just a mere fact that like now she feels horrible because all the shit was going on after her grandpa already had, you know, went and said, well, he's gonna go home and get some rest and stuff like that, and now shit done went down the toilet, you know. And this is the thing about people who have never lost a person close to them before, and or had to grow up with the mindset of you can't cry over spilt milk, right? I think the statement "you can't cry over spilt milk" can be a little bit toxic. I understand it. It's the little things in life that you can't be so over. Like, it is what it is. Clean up your mess, get you another cup, move on about your day, right? But then also that can be looked at as like, stop being a weak ass bitch over these things. Like, it's okay, shit happens. Like, it's just like men don't cry or men shouldn't cry. Like, it's just like you're raised with this thought process that you're showing some form of emotion or taking time to understand and, you know, break down that emotion is bitchy in some form, right? Obviously this has nothing to do with man, but this is a man's point of view of what his fiance got going on with her niece. And like, to me, I'm just going to say he's never lost somebody remotely, like really close to him, because everybody will tell you grief has no time measure. You know what I'm saying? There are some people who could be down for 3 weeks. There's some people who could just, it's been a day or two, I'm cooling. It is what it is, you know? And there's some people who literally go and they become a mummy, or, well, not a mummy, a zombie within themselves. Within themselves, like they're literally just existing because their bodies won't die, pretty much, you know. And she slowly, like, she's saying now that she's gotten her to like eat more, you know. This bitch was basically about to kill herself because she wasn't even taking care of herself, and she got type 1 diabetes. Like, you gotta keep your sugar together. You gotta eat stuff to make sure that you're not, you know, dropping below and putting your own self in a coma, you know? So it's like, if I gotta stay here with her to make sure she's alive, nigga, I'm gonna do that. You know, you can't, you know, she just did grow up. Nigga, take the dog and have the dog at your house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, let me chip in to help. While y'all there, let me go get some groceries for y'all. Make sure y'all good. Do you need me to go get some gas for your car? Do you need me to, like, you know, things of that nature. So she definitely was an asshole. Let me read down to the next one. Am I the asshole for asking my coworker why she wears makeup every day? Ooh, okay. Howdy, never posted here. Throwaway account, yada, yada, yada. That's literally what the motherfucker says in the verse. It's automatically an asshole. Automatically. So, I, 29 male, was at work during a pretty long meeting with a few other coworkers. One of my coworkers is new, late 30s. She's a female. And the conversation steered around our professional experiences and history. Pretty standard, I guess. Midway during the reviewing some boring stuff, this coworker asked me with a smirk, "Can I ask you a question?" Since we were talking about our personal lives, I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she followed up with, "Why do you always wear hats?" Now, I'll be honest. I'm bald. However, I like my baldness. I started balding at 21 and I was like, fuck that. And just shaved it off instead of trying to style my hair in a way that hides it. Also, since my hair is super curly and compact, it just wasn't going to be an option. At college, people loved it, said I had a good head shape, and said I looked like Terry Crews, Shaquille O'Neal, or The Rock. He's black. Okay. And the fact that he started this bitch off with howdy howdy, wow.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought
Mm-hmm.
this was a Connor. Okay. And said I looked like Terry Crews, Shaquille O'Neal, or The Rock. Not sure about that last one. LOL. So I was pretty confident with it. But when I turned 25, I started being mistaken for. Did this nigga say his hair was curly? When I turned 25, I started being mistaken for 30 because of the bald cut. So I started wearing hats pretty much everywhere. Grew a collection of all situations: work, gym, social life, anywhere besides weddings and funerals, to be honest. And with hats on at 29, I've been mistaken to be as young as 22. Not the goal, but yeah. The plan was to wear them until 30 and then cut back when my head matched my age. Anyways, this coworker, "Why do you always wear hats every day?" To be fair, it's a corporate setting, but it's also tech. We're in marketing and it's 2025, so smart casual is the rule of thumb, and my bosses don't care and dress in hoodies and hats to work some days. Understandable. I responded, "I like hats." And she said, "But every day?" So I said, "Yeah, I'm bald. I like my head shape, but I don't want to look like I'm 35, so I'll wear hats for now. Plus, I look good in them." Now, I wasn't thinking she's probably around this 35 age or older, so I may have offended her with that, but she replied, 29 and wearing hats every day to hide. Wow. This nigga had a nigga
Mm-hmm.
moment. Right when she said that, the nigga moment started staring. He said, "This struck a nerve with me." So I responded, "Well, since joining, I've seen you wear makeup every day, even casual Fridays, or on your work from home
Mm-hmm.
calls, you wear makeup. So why do you wear makeup every day?"
Mm-hmm.
There was a muffled giggle, but it's clear the atmosphere was tense. She got heated and said, "That's a sexist question." And I said, "How?" Other women in the office don't wear makeup every day, and my boyfriend sometimes wears makeup when we go out to a high class event. He just doesn't do it every day. So why do you wear makeup every day? She got heated and silent, and one of the other coworkers went back to focusing on the deck. I feel like her and I not on the best of terms now, as she will not talk to me. So, am I the asshole for asking my coworker why she wears makeup every day?
Hell no. I'm with him. I'm with him.
Right,
Like
right.
you don't. It's a reason for everything, right? So, like you said, he wear a hat because he's going bald. Hell, I'm doing the same thing. I wear hats all the time when I don't got haircuts and shit like that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell women, if you don't need to wear makeup, why are you wearing makeup? Now sometimes, every blue moon you want to step out, you want to post something nice. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
like you said, every day, what you hiding, cuz?
Right,
What's under that paint, cuz?
right.
What's really going on? Because some people, I'm not gonna hold you. It's some people that need it. I don't remember her name. It's been a long time since I've seen her on TikTok, but it was this one particular girl who used to wear makeup heavy on TikTok, and she wore it so much that I didn't think nothing of it until she took it off. And when she took that thing off, I said, "Whoa, whoa, that's not the same person. That can't be the same person." So sometimes you gotta be honest. That man say, "Why you wearing makeup so much?" Just tell him the truth. I don't like my face. That's just. I mean, it is. First of all, did he say my boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a little sidebar, but I just, I kept reading.
Yeah, I heard him say
Sometimes
my
you gotta.
boyfriend wear
Sometimes
makeup
you just
sometimes.
gotta
But like I said, his boyfriend do it, but it's not every day.
every day.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
So
Like,
I
yeah,
think for me personally, I like your Mickey shirt, by the way. I wanted to let you know.
appreciate it.
Um, but I could understand because I definitely I have been that person that asked that question. Like
Mm,
if my brain is storming on why this is the way this is, I'm going to ask the question. But
mm-hmm.
once you gave me I really like hats. Like I have a really big hat collection. I like them a lot. You didn't even have to say, "Well, bitch, I'm bald." And I don't want to seem older than what I am, so I wear a hat to young myself down. Like you didn't even have to say that. If you just said, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, call it a day. Like for one thing, I said I was like, why Neo always wear them hats? And then Neo took his hat off, and I said, I don't gotta wonder no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got the clarification of why Neo wears hats, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that probably also made him look younger too. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So some people just do things because they do things. I think, but the thing is, like, once she got to the wearing hats at 29 every day to hide, like it's
Yeah.
just one of those things, like you didn't have to say that, you know? Now, like he said, well, I see you wear something that covers you up every single day, even when you're at home. What Why do you do it? And you're saying that that's a sexist question. It's like it's not. Like I'm genuinely asking you the same reason why you're asking me what I'm wearing. I'm gonna ask you why you're wearing. Now, the difference is between, like you said, you don't like what your natural face looks like. You know what I'm saying? But there are some women who think I have to be on 10 every single time I step out my house. And therefore I cannot look like whatever I look like. You know, like I wear makeup more in my house than outside my house, which is actually bananas. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not gonna go out with makeup on every day. There are women, like when I was in high school, there was a couple of white girls. I didn't know what concealer was. I didn't know anything besides like lip gloss, lipstick, mascara, foundation. That was my limit of what I knew for makeup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these girls would wear concealer and foundation or just concealer or something like that. And they would put 45 coats of mascara. So their eyelashes was like this. You know what I'm saying? And they would have like their little lips on and stuff. And that was it. Very high school. Nothing too grown or nothing out of control. But, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And one day, one girl, I think she was like a year or two older than me. I was like, hey, you good? You okay? And she's like, oh my God, yes, I'm fine. I just don't have any makeup on. Why does everybody think I'm sick?
Because you ain't got no goddamn makeup on.
That girl was white and she was whitewashed. You know what I'm saying? When you are consistent in hiding yourself, people can't accept what you really look like because you
Yeah.
never truly show it, you know?
They
So
want to
it's
say,
like we only see it maybe once every 3 months. And when we do, it's like,
mm-hmm.
whoa, bitch, what the fuck? You know, like
Right.
there's a skit on the black girl black girl comedy sketch. And you know, she came into work late all the time. And the girl was like, why are you coming to late work? She goes, girl, I gotta put my makeup on. I gotta beat my face. You would look at me crazy if my face wasn't beaten. And she's like, no, you need to start coming to work early because this is getting crazy. She came into work and she goes, oh, hey, girl, hot damn. And the girl looked like she was straight out of World War Z, The Walking Dead, and everything. And she's like, girl, what? What happened? She goes, oh my God, your face. She goes, I told you, you wanted me to work on time. This is what it looks like when my makeup is not done. She's like, but how did I know it would be this bad? And the funnier part in the sketch is she then starts dying because of how she looks. Like, next time she turns around, she got IV in her arm. She got a hospital gown on her while she's still taking calls. Then now she's in a hospital bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now she's in the casket, still taking calls and stuff because she died. Then the next day she comes to work and she goes, you were dead yesterday. She goes, girl, just because I didn't have my makeup on. The fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. But that's what happens. Like, if you don't show your natural you, that's just like if you wear a garter belt all the time. If you, I mean, a beard is a beard, but like That's why I be telling men, don't shave your beard off. Because your beard is like your makeup that you've been wearing all the time, and I ain't never seen you without it. If I see you without it,
I want to do it so bad.
you might be ugly as shit.
God.
But
God,
that's
I
what I'm
want to do it
saying.
so bad.
Your people are so used to how you have been presented, right? And it's not saying that you will be ugly, because obviously you're a kid. You were ugly when you didn't have a beard when you were a kid, obviously, right? But it's just like we're so used to this. Like it's not like, like let's just say you just went down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You went real close to the skin. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you just got rid of up here. Even though you still have something on your face, it's not what we're used to seeing on your face, you know? So it's gonna be different. But yeah, he ain't the asshole because bitch, mind your fucking business. Okay, one more so you could go to bed. Okay. Am I the asshole for limiting how long my in-laws stay with us? My wife and I live in New York City with our 3-year-old in a small New York City apartment. That thing costs $5,000 for one bedroom. That's crazy. My in-laws live in Dallas and fly in to visit our daughter. They're very nice, but they want to visit and will visit all the time and will stay with us in our small 900 square foot apartment when they stay. Earlier this year, they stayed with us for 10 days in our cramped New York apartment. 900? That ain't shit. We have a cot and they'll sleep in the middle of the living room. As house guests go, they're great. They'll clean the bathroom themselves, respectful, etc. However, I'm a strong introvert and I don't particularly want anyone in our space, and I don't get along with my mother-in-law due to very different personalities. She's a strong extrovert and can be quite loud, and I'm a strong introvert. My wife was born in the US, but her parents are from Asia. Oh, well, this explains it. It says her parents are from Asia, and staying like this with family members is quite normal for them. For me, who grew up in the Midwest, I'm used to having my own personal space. They're obsessed with their granddaughter, as they should be, and want to visit all the time, like every month for 4 to 5 days. However, I have a stressful New York City job with 60-hour plus work weeks, and it's very stressful for me. As an introvert, as someone that doesn't particularly mesh with my in-laws, to come home every night to my in-laws in a small apartment, I sleep poorly when they're here, and it definitely adds to my general work stress and anxiety. My wife, on the other hand, loves having her parents here to help with their daughter for bath time and etc. They're not rich enough to stay in a hotel and would find it offensive if I got a hotel for them, and they just want to spend time with their granddaughter. Am I the asshole for wanting to limit how often and for how long they stay with us in our apartment? Should I be more accommodating of them and just deal with it when they stay with us? My wife is upset with me because her and my daughter love having them stay with us, and I'm the only one that is bothered by their visits.
No, you're not the asshole. I know you feel like one. Bro, you're not the asshole, but at the same time, you're going to have to get you a hobby, brother. Like, I think different cultures, different things. I think if they was black, I think black people will understand a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Culture-wise, Asian people, they believe in whatever they believe in. Like, you ain't finna change that. You ain't finna change that. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna have it's a lot of tough conversations coming up. It's a lot of tough conversations coming up. Somewhere down the line, it's gonna be uncomfortable. Either you let them come, or you let them come and I will leave. I will leave for a little bit, whatever. Because if I need my space, I need my space. Because while you guys are sitting here cheering, laughing, and giggling, I'm over there going crazy in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's 900 square feet. They probably only have walls. It's probably one of those, what thing called?
Studio.
Yeah, studio. It's probably one of them shits. So, yeah, I think they need to have a tough conversation, and y'all can't agree to it. Like, all right, well, when they here, I'm gonna go to my friend Paul house. Go stay at Paul house for a little bit, and then I mean, that's what I would do. I'm being honest with you. I know a lot of people say, "Well, I ain't leaving my house." Fuck that. I like my peace.
Right. I think also what the problem is that, like, when people say, like, when people talk about dating like outside of their race and stuff like that. I think people stop the conversations at religion and then that's
Mm-hmm.
it, you know?
Right.
And it's like, if I'm black and you're white, more than likely we both believe in God and in some form,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if you're Indian and I'm black, you know what I'm saying? We might have different religious views. Not saying that happens all the time, but I'm just saying stereotypically this may happen. And I think people think about that concept and then they stop there. You know what I'm saying? They don't think like past that. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of like in Asia in itself, the continent in itself, it's very, very hands on family members. Very hands on family members, very much hands on, as in, I'm in your business. I'm all up in your shit. Like, no matter who you are, I am in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's in in your fucking business. So like and like he said, like in their culture, they are used to being all up on each other and being there and helping and whatever. And I'm like, well, damn, wait until they get too old to take care of each other. My nigga, you're going to be living with them.
Right.
Asian people do not believe in nursing homes or rehabilitation centers.
Mm-hmm.
You are to take care of your parents just like they took care of you. So you're going to be housing them until God calls them home. And that's it. You feel what I'm saying? So um I think that this is what something that needs to be considered and thought about before you make that link with that person, because you are relinquishing any form of what you used to be comfortable with. I mean, and that's something that you just do in general when you get married.
Mm-hmm.
You're relinquishing your comfortability because now I have to compare my life with yours. I have to, be compliant in the things that you do. You have to be compliant in the things that I do. We have to meet in the middle a lot.
Right.
And then especially now that you have a child involved. And it's not as if they were coming every 3 to 6 months, as we get some time to ourselves. But if they're coming every single month for
For
4 to
five
5
days,
days,
that's crazy.
and sometimes it's maxed out as much as 10, you've pretty much spent a portion of the month with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if there's 30 days in, typical months and you took 10, I only had 20 days in my house to myself in a
Right.
month, you know? So, and like they said, 900 square, it's not like they live in a Dallas home where, everybody get their own bedrooms, the living room spaces, like he has his own study.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 900 square foot apartment, which means they're not only cramped where they're living, you have people on this side, up above you. You have all the noises of New York City. You have all, like, you're going to be overstimulated naturally. And
Right.
you got a motherfucking baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's either they get their funyuns up, you know what I'm saying, and they move to a more relaxed area in New
Mm-hmm.
York, like whether they move to Queens or they move to Brooklyn, they move to an area where there's an apartment or a townhouse that has more accommodating space, or like you said, like he gonna have to get his own space, and of course it's like you're gonna ask your wife who was raised with these people, who was raised in this type of life, hey, it's too crowded up in this motherfucker. And
Right.
you think that she's gonna have an issue with it? Like, no,
I
of
tell
course
you
not.
what, y'all come stay with around the time my wife is on her cycle. My wife is on the cycle, y'all can come. Because I don't have to worry about trying to get something. Because if I want to get something and I can't, because the grandma is sitting on the cot looking at me, I'm gonna be mad. Come when she on the cycle. Come around the 23rd. When
Mm-hmm.
she on the cycle, y'all can have all the fun you want, because I ain't gonna fuck with it.
Right, right, right. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the Vault with Chase and Duke. It's your girl Chase. It's the Hazen, no matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth. You can find me on Instagram at Candy Tastes Sweet. You can also find me on TikTok at Candy Tastes Sweet on my live page. If you ever want to see me live, that's where I go do it. You can follow me on my main page. We're at like over 11,000 followers now. Whoop whoop. You can find me there
Right.
at c.hazesinc. And then you can find me here every single Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with
Mm-hmm.
my favorite delicious chocolate teddy bear. Uh, and yeah, that's all I got.
Hey man, say man, this your boy Duke, your favorite fat person. Hey, you catch me on the Popcorn You Beer podcast every Sunday and Tuesday. Well, 1/5 of the podcast is add the five carry the one. Don't worry about it, the math is right. Uh, you also catch me sometimes all the time on Wednesday on the Ain't No Books of this shit with Shea Butter Baby. Also, you catch me here every Thursday with my main gal. Don't call her beautiful because she's gorgeous, Missy Hayes. And also, too, if you got badass kids, man, if you got badass kids and you need to learn a lesson too, get them a book. Get them a book. It's on Amazon. Get it on the Amazons right now. You know what I'm saying? Get the book. Get the book. It got a coloring book on the back for for the badass kids. You know what I'm saying? Get the book. Appreciate your support. Yeah. Johnson twins, some bitches. But yeah.
I keep it close by so I can always show it off.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Appreciate
Oh damn! I'm supposed to give it to my nephew today. Any which way,
that.
I'll read it to him when you come over. Any which way. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. See you later.